Once upon a time, in a small and peaceful village, there lived a fisherman named Savio. Savio was known for his simplicity and kindness. He was a hardworking man who cared deeply for his family. Savio lived with his old mother, two younger sisters, and his father, who was always sick. Savio was the only one in the family who worked to earn money. Every morning, he would wake up early, even before the sun rose, and get ready to go fishing. Savio's family depended on him for everything. His mother was too old to work, and his sisters were still young. His father needed special medicine from the big city to get better. Savio had a lot of responsibilities on his shoulders, but he never complained. He loved his family very much and wanted to take good care of them. Savio had a small boat and some fishing nets. He hoped to catch a lot of fish every day so that he could sell them in the market and earn enough money to meet his family's needs. But no matter how hard Savio tried, he always caught fewer fish than the other fishermen. This made Savio very worried. Every day, Savio went to the pond with a hopeful heart. He worked harder than any other fisherman in the village. He would row his boat to the deepest part of the pond, cast his nets, and wait patiently for the fish to come. The sun would rise high in the sky, and the other fishermen would start catching lots of fish. But Savio's nets would always have fewer fish. This made him very sad and worried. The other fishermen in the village wondered why Savio was so unlucky. They knew he was a good fisherman and worked very hard, but still, he caught the least number of fish. Savio's worries grew every day. He had so many responsibilities. He needed to save money for his sisters' marriages. His father needed special medicine from the big city, which was very expensive. Savio also had debts to many people in the village, and he was unable to repay them. Every night, Savio would lie in bed, thinking about how to solve his problems. He sometimes thought about leaving fishing and trying to find some other work, but he didn't know how to do anything else. Fishing was the only thing he knew. He had learned to fish from his father when he was a young boy, and he had been doing it ever since. So, he kept going back to the pond every day, hoping for a miracle. Savio's mother and sisters were also worried about him. They could see how hard he worked and how much he worried. They tried to help him as much as they could, but there was not much they could do. Savio's mother would often pray for him, asking for some good luck and blessings for her hardworking son. Savio loved his family very much, and he was determined to keep working hard for them. Each night, Savio would lie in bed, feeling the weight of his worries. He thought about his old mother, who had worked so hard all her life and deserved to rest. He thought about his two sisters, who were growing up and needed to be married. And he thought about his father, who was always ill and needed expensive medicine from the big city. Savio knew he had to keep working hard to take care of his family, but he felt very tired and worried. Savio's mother and sisters tried to cheer him up. They told him that they were proud of him and that they appreciated all his hard work. They prayed for him every day, hoping that some good luck would come his way. Savio felt a little better when he saw how much his family loved and supported him. He promised himself that he would keep working hard for them, no matter how difficult it was. Savio knew that he had to keep going. He couldn't give up. His family depended on him, and he loved them very much. So, every morning, he would go back to the pond with a hopeful heart, ready to work hard and try his best. One sunny day, a rich family came to the pond for a picnic. They were a very happy family, and they had come to enjoy the beautiful day by the water. They brought lots of delicious food and fun games to play. The children laughed and ran around, while the adults sat and talked, enjoying the sunshine and the fresh air. Savio was sitting in his boat, watching them from a distance. He had already cast his nets into the water and was waiting for the fish to come. He saw the rich family having fun and felt a little envious. They looked so happy and carefree, while he was always worried and tired. But Savio shook off his sadness and focused on his work. The rich family continued to enjoy their picnic. He hoped that one day he and his family could also have such happy moments together. Suddenly, a loud scream broke the happy atmosphere. The rich man's only son had fallen into the pond. The family rushed to the water's edge, shouting for help. They were very scared because none of them knew how to swim. The boy was struggling in the water, and they didn't know what to do. Savio heard their cries and quickly looked around. He saw the boy in the water, struggling to stay afloat. Without thinking twice, Savio jumped into the pond. He swam as fast as he could towards the boy. Savio reached the boy and grabbed him. The boy was very scared and clung to Savio tightly. Savio held him and started swimming back to the shore. He swam with all his might and finally reached the shore. The boy's family was waiting anxiously. They helped Savio and the boy out of the water, thanking Savio over and over again for saving their child. The rich family was in shock. They had come to the pond for a happy picnic, but now their only son had nearly drowned. They hugged the boy tightly, relieved that he was safe. The boy was crying, but he was unharmed, thanks to Savio. The family kept thanking Savio, calling him their hero. Savio felt shy with all the attention, but he was glad that the boy was safe. The rich man looked at Savio with deep gratitude. He said, "You saved my son's life. I can't thank you enough. You are like a guardian angel to us. Please tell me how I can repay you. What do you need? I will give you anything you want." Savio shook his head and smiled gently. He said, "No, sir. I don't need anything. I just did what anyone would do. I'm happy that your son is safe. Please, just give me your blessings." The rich man was amazed by Savio's humility and kindness. He insisted on giving Savio some money as a reward, but Savio refused. He didn't want to pay anything for doing what he felt was right. After thanking Savio again, the rich man and his family packed up their picnic and went home, taking their son with them. Savio watched them leave and then went back to his boat, feeling a little happier than before. But he felt a little lighter in his heart because he had done something good. He had saved a life, and that made him feel proud and strong. Savio's family was very proud of him when they heard about the rescue. His mother hugged him tightly and said, "You are my brave boy. I'm so proud of you." His sisters looked at him with admiration. Even his sick father smiled and said, "Well done, son." The next day, as Savio was getting ready to go fishing, he couldn't help but think about the rich family and their gratitude. He felt good knowing that he had helped someone in need. The rich man, on the other hand, couldn't stop thinking about Savio. He was deeply grateful to the fisherman who had saved his son's life. He wanted to do something special for Savio to show his appreciation. The rich man went to the market to buy some vegetables and fish. As he was walking through the market, he saw Savio at his fish stall. Savio was busy selling fish, but he looked worried. The rich man noticed that some people were standing near Savio's stall, asking him for the money he owed them. They were saying mean things to him, and Savio looked very sad. The rich man felt a pang of sympathy for Savio. He thought to himself, "Savio saved my son's life and refused to take any reward. He must be very proud and honest. I need to help him." The rich man decided to find out where Savio lived so that he could visit him and offer his help. The rich man asked the other fish sellers about Savio's address and made his way to Savio's house. He carried a bag full of money with him, determined to help Savio in any way he could. When he arrived at Savio's house, he found Savio's mother at home. Savio was still at the market. The rich man introduced himself and handed the bag of money to Savio's mother. She was surprised and asked, "Who are you, and why are you giving us so much money?" The rich man explained, "Your son saved my child's life. I wanted to reward him, but he refused to take anything. I saw him at the market today, and he seemed to be in trouble. I want to help him." Savio's mother was touched by the rich man's kindness. She thanked him and promised to tell Savio about his visit. The rich man felt a sense of satisfaction, knowing that he had done something good for the fisherman who had saved his son's life. As the rich man walked back to his home, he felt a sense of peace and happiness. He knew that he had done the right thing by helping Savio and his family. He hoped that Savio would accept the money and use it to solve his problems. The rich man's respect for Savio grew even more, and he promised himself that he would always be there to help those in need. When Savio returned home that evening, his mother told him about the rich man's visit. She showed him the bag of money and explained how the rich man wanted to help them. Savio was surprised and touched by the rich man's kindness. He didn't know the address of the rich man's house, so he had no choice but to accept the money. Savio's mother said, "The rich man was very kind. He told me that you saved his son's life and that he wanted to reward you. He saw you at the market today and noticed that you were in trouble. He wanted to help you." Savio felt a mixture of emotions. He was grateful for the rich man's kindness, but he also felt humbled. He had saved the boy's life because it was the right thing to do, not because he expected a reward, but now the rich man's generous gift has given Savio and his family a new chance at a better life. Savio hugged his mother and said, "This money will help us a lot." Savio and his family were very grateful for the rich man's kindness. They knew that his generous gift had changed their lives. Savio promised himself that he would always remember the rich man's kindness and that he would continue to work hard for his family. Savio used the money to pay off all his debts, get his father treated in the big city, and arrange for his sister's marriages. The kind gesture from the rich man changed Savio's life, and he was able to provide a better future for his family. Savio and his family were very grateful, and they lived happily ever after. With the money from the rich man, Savio's life began to change. He paid off all his debts, which made him feel a huge sense of relief. The people in the village who had lent him money were happy and surprised to see Savio repaying them. They were also touched by the rich man's kindness. Savio took his father to the big city to get the special medicine he needed. The doctors treated his father, and soon his father began to feel better. Savio's mother was very happy to see her husband getting better. She thanked Savio every day for being such a good son and taking care of the family. Savio also arranged for his sisters' marriages. He used the money to buy beautiful clothes and gifts for them. The weddings were happy occasions, filled with joy and laughter. Savio's sisters were very grateful to him, and they promised to always remember his hard work and sacrifice. With all the problems solved, Savio and his family began to live a happy and peaceful life. Savio continued to go fishing, but now he did it with a lighter heart. He didn't have to worry about debts or his family's needs anymore. The rich man's generous gift had changed their lives for the better. Savio never forgot the rich man's kindness. He always remembered how the rich man had helped him when he needed it the most. Savio decided that he would also help others in need whenever he could. He wanted to spread the same kindness and generosity that the rich man had shown to him. Savio's family was very happy and grateful. They knew that their lives had changed because of Savio's bravery and the rich man's kindness. They lived happily ever after, always remembering the importance of kindness, hard work, and helping others.